Brendan, champions again. Tell us your emotions at full time of the left.
We're very happy, firstly, for our players because of what they've given to this season. Their mentality, their work. You know, I've said before, but it all boils down to an idea, how you want to play, working your socks off, and having the club values at heart and everything that you do. And this team have, you know, they've shown every moment of that right the way through the season. So, and when we've needed to, we've turned up. That's the reality. We knew this was going to be a tough game, and it was a tough game despite the scoreline. We had to stand up for the first 15 minutes, be strong, be aggressive, do all the things you have to do the dirty work, and then from that, the ball comes into it, and we scored five and could have had more. And this is a place that Jim's done an incredible job. He's done here, bringing the team up, and then getting into that top six, fighting for European football. But today was about Celtic and the supporters, and yeah, so pleased for them.
It was almost a performance, as you say there, that encapsulated the whole season, everything you wanted to do this season.
Yeah, I think I've had a few of these where to win titles and being dominant and showing a concentration level that's needed. And we didn't slow down the whole game. We still kept going to try and get more goals and hit the targets that we want to. But at this point of the season, I'm really pleased just with the progress of the team. We've won more games than last season, scored more goals, we conceded less. And it's just a case of just working our way through now to finish the season as strong as we can.
Brendan, you've won obviously a number of titles with Celtic, but what would you say that makes this one special?
Well, they're all special, I would say, but this is really satisfying. I think that you know, tagged on to where there's no breaks this season, and we've done, you know, much more competitive in the Champions League. Whilst over, especially over that winter period, where there's so many games, you know, October, November time through till February, the games were relentless. The players kept the concentration, kept the work rate. I changed the team to keep the freshness, keep the energy, and they still delivered. So it feels a really special one. Last year was tight. We needed to improve, and we have improved. And I know there was a wee bit of chat around, you know, tedious, I think the word was, if someone is in here who said it. It's okay, you know, that's your opinion and critics, but it's not tedious for me, for the football club. You know, we are in a competition that we want to be the very best. If we land a 15-point clear with 5 games to hold this plus 42 goal difference of our nearest rival, then I'll tell you what, that's not tedious. That's professionalism at its highest level, and concentration and performances. So for me, so satisfying. However, we've got 4 more games to go. We've got records we want to beat, and then we have a Scottish Cup final to finish off the season. Hopefully, it will be a really memorable one.
And had an injury setback to deal with. How is Jota?
Yeah, well, he just felt his knee. Whether the medical guys were looking at whether his meniscus is a little bit sore, but we'll just have to assess that. Of course, they put it in the brace to protect it, but we'll see in the next couple of days.
And it's fair to say you're happier now at Celtic than you've ever been.
Yeah, that's
you seem to be.
Yeah, it's fair, Robert. It's been interesting, I've got to say, the last few months. People deciding where I was supposed to be going, and I wasn't happy. But what I can tell you, and I would say, listen to what I say, not what people try to anticipate my mood and what I might be. I can tell you, I said 150%, 200%, I'll be here for sure. And next season, because we want to build again, we want to grow. But what I'll also say, there's very, very few people that know me, and there's even less understand me. So that's a really, really small group of people. So when I see all the headlines and all I don't have an agent, so I don't have an agent spinning a story for me or anything like that. It's just a guess. So if there's a headline out there, I am telling you, and you guys, it's a guess, because I have hardly anyone who knows what I think and actually understands how I want. But absolutely, Robert, so happy. came back because of my the professional challenge of Celtic, knowing the pressures, my emotional attachment to the club clearly has me here rather than be elsewhere, and just the chance to be the most, to be the best manager at Celtic that I can possibly be. And days like today makes it really special.
Yes, a few people know you and understand you. With Dermot Desmond, one of those people that know you and understand you. And
Well, he's certainly, no, I haven't spoke to. Yeah, we spoke the other day, but I wouldn't be sat here if it wasn't for Dermot. That's the reality of it. Dermot put so much faith in me when I first met him, when I first came, the first time. We hit it off in that first meet, and from that there, he's always believed in me, and then you imagine the courage he had at the time to offer me the chance to come back, when I'm pretty sure there'd been people inside the club, lots of people outside the club that wouldn't have had me back. But he believed in me, trusted me, supported me, and and hopefully all these rewards and everything he can feel as I feel, because I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Yeah, do you still feel you get more to achieve here, Brendan? That's tough.
Yeah, I believe so. I think it's, I'm 2 years virtually nearly into a 3-year deal. I said minimum I would do 3 years. The big thing with Celtic is it's about having the energy. That's the big thing, and there's lots of other things. Of course, as any manager, you need to feel wanted, you need to feel appreciated, you need to feel that you can develop the team, you can develop the club. So there's lots of things that come into it, but I definitely know that we want to finish better than what we did last year, and then I'll go into next year super hungry to beat this year, whatever we end up doing.
Brendan, did days like today make you want to stay here on the term when you celebrate in front of all those fans?
Well, I sense more to stay in the present, really. I don't want to think too much about forward, because, like I said, I've loved the time here. It's been absolutely amazing, and seeing the happiness of everything else. And it has felt different this time, because the last time I was here, there was everything was there, and then obviously there was always that bit of awkwardness and difficulty of coming back. But it never affected me in terms of wanting to be as professional as I could to make the club successful, to make the team successful, and that hunger to do that is still burning, strongly inside, and I want to be able to take that into next season and we see what happens.
Touched on it, but how important it is it to you to go and win this Scottish Cup final and get that second treble going on to do it?
Well, it would be. I think the notion, Scott, is for the club naturally, and what it would bring to the club, and the feeling. Of course, you can imagine the sheer privilege as a Celtic manager to be the first one to do that. Of course, the first time in anything is always nice, but to be able to do that and give it to family and friends and supporters would be truly special.
You spoke about records there, Brendan.
Sorry?
You spoke about records there. You've got 102 league goals. I think the Invincible's got 106, and the Invincible's got 148 in total. So you're on 143. Is that record?
Yeah. That was one of our targets. I'd said that, like you say, we had 106, and we were on 97 when we started. So we're in a good place to challenge that. But also important, our goals conceded were even less than last year. So if you look at that record, we wanted to beat that 2016-17 team as well, which was very good defensively. So we're on course for that. So that balance is important. Of course, to score the goals, attack the game, press the game. That also gives us great joy. We've done that throughout most of the season.
Brendan, what does it mean to you? Can you sum up personally how much it means to you to win another title?
But just pride. I think I'm paid to do a job, and the bread and butter of domestic football is so important. So I feel nothing but pride and privilege to manage the club, give it another title, and hopefully we can add one more by the end of the season.
Nicholas Kuhn, Page of Faith, start for goals. You feel he's back the way he was a couple of months ago, obviously Bayern and football against there, but when you got, do you think you got a message sometimes, obviously games at the start place?
Yeah, I think it's also games as well. I think that the last two games that we've played against teams that are going to go man for man, so it's lots of movement, lots of rotations. And of course, I wasn't happy after the St Johnstone game, and I wanted to change the team up. I just felt today, in actual fact, it started that way, but then Dundee United became more man to man. But initially, my feeling was that they would be zonal, deep on the pitch, so I needed two wingers that were exceptional in 1v1 situations, because there wasn't a lot of room in behind for parts of the game. So having those two, and I was so happy with his work rate, his mentality to get back, run, press. That's how you play in my team.
He was back making tackles.
Yeah. His actual two goals, the first one was a brilliant finish, like off his wicker foot. But he's got to be there, the work to get there, and two, the finish was sublime. But and as I said, the wingers need to go the other way here. You have to do the work. You've got to run, and he showed that today.
Do you think the guys are winning their first title? And is that particularly important for them to get into that winning culture and routine?
Yeah, the likes of Luke and Austin and Jeff and these guys here that have come in, Arna. This is a real special day for them. It's a special day for us all. But when it's your first one, then that feeds into you want more of that. And they deserve it, because the work, how they have worked and what they put in, special. But yeah, that'll sit in with them, especially when we get to Trophy Day, to get that feeling. And then the challenge is like we all have it, you've got to do it again.
Will you celebrate tonight, Brendan? Will you celebrate any shape or form tonight, or is it a quiet one?
I think we go back to the stadium. I haven't organised anything, so because you just never know. But no, I'll go back, I'll have a glass of wine later and then see what happens. We're giving the boys a couple of days off now, and we'll regroup again Tuesday, because we don't play till Sunday. We'll be back in Tuesday, let the guys enjoy it, because you have to celebrate that, and then we'll get ready for next weekend.
Obviously, even with the title wrapped up, how important is next Sunday to get that hand?
It's so important. I just. So Rangers were very good in the first half when we played them at Celtic Park. We were too slow. We the comfort in the game was no good. Second half we were much better, and so. But no, listen, Celtic Rangers, no matter what it is, Rangers Celtic, it means everything. So so we need to go and perform next week again. But we can get those messages through during the week.